Hello, it is Saturday, May 21st, 2022. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It is a Saturday puzzle today, so our second of two themeless puzzles for the week. Could be a tough one. That is what Saturday is it's meant to be, so we'll have to see. This potentially tough edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by David Innes, Henrik Koskinen, and, as always, the inestimable Hood Monster and the invaluable Timothy Mark. So thank you so much to the four of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign. And if you would like to join their ranks and get access to the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses coffee mug, you can find that at patreon.com/dailysolve, where you can also, at any of the levels, get access to all of the daily bonus videos that have gone up, not daily, sorry, weekly bonus videos that have gone up on the channel, as well as the new ones that will be posted in the future. And we have two new videos up there for you now. Just moments ago, the latest edition of the Constructor's Corner has been posted. So I intended to solve 5 puzzles. I only solved 3 because it took me over an hour. So if you would like to see a long video of in which I struggle with material that is very much outside of my personal realm of knowledge, you can watch that on the Patreon feed. One of the puzzles was constructed actually by a 16-year-old member of the community, which was incredible, and they made a lot of great deal of reference to pop cultural knowledge that was, I suppose, pegged me as being the out of touch person that I am. That was really a struggle, so I had to rely heavily on crosses. Did eventually complete it, but it took me some time. Anyway, there were three great puzzles. Really enjoyed it. And of different sorts. So we had a full-size themeless, a full-size themed puzzle that was very well themed by Bice, and then a mini cryptic, actually, by Juff from the channel. And then I should credit the third constructor as well, who was Frisco17. That was the sort of pop culture-oriented one. Anyway, they were great puzzles. All of them gave me some resistance, I will say, but I really enjoyed solving them. You can play them yourself, of course, as well. There are links there. And they're also in the Daily Solve Discord chat server, speaking of that. So you can join that community for free, where these people are constructing these puzzles and talking about the daily New York Times puzzle and all that sort of thing. You get an extra channel if you're a Patreon subscriber as well. Okay, that was a longer preamble than usual, and we are solving a difficult puzzle today, so we shall get on to it. This is a Saturday themeless puzzle constructed by Ryan McCarty and Jacob Jonas, each of whom has constructed a large handful of puzzles for the Times before. I don't know how often they've collaborated with one another, but they're both relatively experienced constructors, and the puzzle was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. So let's get started. Rolls dough, perhaps. I wonder if this means... It could be dough used to make bread rolls. It could mean dough used... an amount of money necessary to buy a Rolls Royce. Actually passed a Rolls Royce just on the street, actually, near my flat yesterday. It was just a surprising place to see a Rolls Royce. Rolls dough, perhaps. I don't know, millions or something? I'm not really sure what that's getting at. Roll an ill-timed 7 without. Is that crap out? Is that reference to the game Craps? I don't know enough about it to know if that's the case, but it could be. Look bad together. Yes, if colors look bad together, they clash. Many a Rolling Stone cover subject, a rock star, presumably. At the end of the day, all said, something like that. That doesn't fit, but... To veg out could be to loaf, to idle, to relax. Although this looks strange, doesn't it? Maybe to loll around, maybe? Does that work? What about this? What some invitees bring to parties. And at the end of the day, so this could be all something. What about this? Private organization involved in the most Supreme Court cases. The ACLU, that would make sense. The American Civil Liberties Union, given the role of the Supreme Court to adjudicate around sort of constitutional rights. That makes sense. Some Yamaha products are jet skis, maybe? I think Yamaha, well, I'm pretty certain Yamaha makes jet skis, so that might be the answer. There might be other kinds of vehicles that also have this same suffix, I'm not sure. Blank me. Maybe I'll delete this for now. I mean, is there ice skis or something? I'm not sure. Okay, at the end of the day, all in all, there we go. That's a way to say at the end of the day. Although this looks strange, doesn't it? Zoo heavyweight. A rhino. Oh, perhaps the Rolling Stone cover subject is not a rock star, but rather a rock idol. And so a zoo heavyweight could be a rhinoceros, a rhino. And some invitees bring +1s to parties. There we go. Okay, blank me. It's really... Oh, perhaps it is jet skis. Try me. What did I think was wrong with that? Because I didn't have anything here yet. Why did I think that was wrong? Guess I just couldn't think of the T. Try for T. Anyway, word before and after ah. Well, it has that accent, which suggests to me it could be a French phrase. It could be tête-à-tête, head-to-head. You could have a head-to-head discussion, tête-à-tête. Okay, what about this? Selena's Bela or Baya blank cumbia? I'm not sure what that is. A song? Let's keep going through the across clues we've not yet seen. It's all black and white. A silent movie, maybe? Wouldn't have to be silent, obviously. We had plenty of black and white movies post the silent era, but I was just looking for something that maybe fit the length, but it didn't. Could it be something movie? Yeah, that's right. Admin on 3 down, e.g. Website with the slogan, dive into anything. No idea. Bear me... Okay, this is not a movie. Because this is a pretty classic New York Times clue and answer. Barely make do with buy. You could eke by. Eke out a living, eke by. Barely make do. It's all black and white. This K and the E, there could be an L here, and maybe a C here, or an N here, something like that. Those look like reasonable combinations, but I'm not sure. Michelangelo, e.g. J is sort of surprising and interesting there, but this really does look like jet skis at this point. Che Guevara, when he wrote The Motorcycle Diaries. I'm not sure what that wants. And then chic could be stylish or trendy. Those don't fit. Mod, I don't know. Hip in, cool, chic. I don't know. Thinking of all of them except for the one that it is. Settle down. And didn't play, say. Sat, maybe? Sat out? Didn't play? Well, the S would work with they can lead to long sentences. Crimes, maybe? Long prison sentences? Nipple ring. So there's a question mark there. So it doesn't mean... It doesn't mean an item of jewelry. Could it be areola? Sort of more literally the ring of a nipple? Although this doesn't look good, those two R's. Chic. Well, chic could be modish, right, actually? I think I said that. Why didn't I put that in? Settled down. No, this doesn't look right. This could be a coincidence that this worked. Put forward. Isn't oneself. Yeah, that's right. I don't know about any of this. Sorry. Where else can we look that will give us an entree into this area? I suppose we'll need either crosses from here or here in order for anything else from the grid to communicate with this area. That's a thing that can be difficult on days like Saturday, is you get these areas of the grid that are cordoned off from the rest. They don't really speak to one another. Okay, where else have we not seen? What a duck might be. What a duck might be. And to climb the social ladder in a way. move up or something that looks more literal than in a way. Oh, one's function is one's role. Why didn't I look at the thing that only has one remaining letter? To lightly roast somebody is to rib them, to roast in the sense of sort of comically insult them. Common pharmacy orders. Something pills, maybe? Sounds like a good time. Purchase at a pro shop. Bait, maybe? Is that pro shop fishing, or do they mean pro shop like a sport, like tennis or golf or something? A ball or tees for golf? I don't know. Barbecue coating. A rub of some kind. Not a dry rub. Not a wet rub either, I guess. A spice rub. What kind of rub? What about this? Sounds like a good time. And luxury attire for white tie events. For white tie events. Spanish diminutive suffix. Ita, maybe? I think without any crosses, I'm not going to put that in. Schedule with little room for spontaneity. Pack in, I mean, that would be if schedule is a verb. Schedule could also be a noun, a schedule with little room for spontaneity, a packed day or a full day, maybe? Sounds like a good time. That doesn't look right. Blank Manila, monkey muppet. No idea. Salmonella, that would make a sort of pun. Blank Gabbler, Ibsen title character. Oh, Hedda? Hedda Gabbler? Am I remembering that correctly? Maybe that is Sal. That would be funny if that were true. Accomplished old style. Oh, is it Hedda? Accomplished old style. Oh, didst, maybe? You accomplished it, you didst it. Blank rage, road rage. Okay, this is here. Okay, we found our next area, gained some purchase. Names. Dubs, you dub somebody something, you name them that. Devotees of Team Edward and Team Jacob in fandom slang. I don't know. Is this, just based on the crosses, is it tryhards? That's sort of a phrase that used to be used to describe people who were, I don't know, too into things. You don't really see it as much these days. So this could be, I could be applying something that's too out of date and therefore inaccurate. I don't know. Although they would have an S at the end. Devotees, it says. Editors overruling, stet. So if you want to indicate that a correction made to a manuscript, for instance, should actually not be made after all. If a deletion, you say, actually don't delete it. You say stet to indicate don't make the correction. Unseated. Something out. You unseated a politician, for instance. You ousted them or something like that. Positive impression. Oh, good vibe, maybe? Oh, not road rage, but roid rage. Almost identical. Steroid rage. So a good vibe, this looks like. NyQuil shelf. Oh, okay, that's funny. I thought this was going to be the prescription order and it was going to be Advils, but it is Advils anyway. It's just NyQuil shelf-mate. Well, how do you spell Advils? Is it two L's? Wait, is that wrong? I thought it was like this. Oh, maybe, what is this? Sorry, I'm actually sort of confused. So, Spanish diminutive suffix. Oh, it could be ito. Oh, maybe this is Twilight, right? Team Edward and Team Jacob. Is it actually what I was thinking, but a pun? Is it Twihards? Maybe. I wonder if that's a phrase. sort of backed into that one, but it actually worked out. I'm glad I thought it was tryhards earlier, because I think that might have given me the answer. Twilight. Tryhards. Okay. Purchase at a pro shop. Right. What is this? I hope this is right. What about this? It nowadays offers streaming recommendations. TV Guide, probably. Oh, that's funny. I guess TV Guide still exists. Why wouldn't it? Unseated. Voted out. There we go. It is a politician. Purchase at a pro shop. A wood as in a golf club? Maybe? Feature of many a military obstacle course. Mud, perhaps? You have to get through the difficult terrain. Okay. So that area actually came together. I'm confused about this Advil thing. Oh, NyQuil is for nighttime. Advil, is there an Advil PM, perhaps? Sometimes nighttime medication has that PM suffix, so maybe that's what that is. Results of some successful defenses. Points, or not points, that wouldn't be a defense. I'm not sure. Opposite of dewy-eyed. So if you're the opposite of dewy-eyed, that could mean, I think dewy-eyed, it could mean you're sort of a bit sad. It could also mean you're maybe a bit naive. So steal, I'm wondering, steal something? I'm wondering just because of that E. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to jump straight to this. Climb the social ladder in a way. Make something. What a duck might be. Well, let's just finish going through the clues. I should remember to do that and not focus on areas that I've... okay, go back. It could be ebb, as in a tide ebbs, it goes back, maybe. Genre for the All-American Rejects. Is it emo something? Emo pop, maybe? I have absolutely no clue. I assume this is a band. And it starts with E, so I'm guessing it's emo something, because that is very common in the New York Times crossword. Rude refusal. And outshone. Bested, maybe? Catherine, e.g. in Jules et Jim. Ami, a friend? Girlfriend? Ami? Doles out. Allots. Doling out letters here, sometimes more successfully than at other times. Rude refusal. Bite me, maybe? Okay. Could be. Early software version, an alpha version of a software, and then beta after that. Verdant, a verdant green landscape, a lush landscape. Long of the best man. Eva Long, Nia Long, I'm not sure what this is, but maybe an A either way. Like some cookie cutters, star-shaped maybe. Actually, that A was helpful. Luxury attire, right. Luxury attire for white tie events. I'll come back to that. I'm sure it'll be very obvious once we have enough crosses that it'll look like words. Ventriloquist's prop, maybe. Well, some kind of puppet. Actually, what was this again? Oh, that was the white tie. Makes clearly understood. Drives home, perhaps. We are waiting for some of these answers to be driven home. Not yet. Like this one, for instance. Luxury attire for white tie events. Opera cape. That's what I meant to say. I guess opera cake is also a thing. Maybe that's why my brain went to that. There we go. No wonder I'm not in the slightest bit surprised that I didn't jump to opera capes without enough crosses to drive that home. But there it is. Okay. Results of some successful defenses. Pads? I'm not sure what this is. I wonder if PM is incorrect. What about this? Opposite of dewy-eyed. Oh, street smart, maybe. Yes, okay. So this is dewy-eyed in the sense of being somewhat naive, whereas the opposite of that would be street smart. You're practical and have kind of real-world skills. Okay, so this looks like Nia Long of The Best Man. And save for later in a way could be DVR, which, what does that stand for? Actually, not sure. But it's those devices, I wonder if are they still around, where you would set them up to record things from television in advance. And a hand puppet, there we go, is the ventriloquist prop, of course. There we go. Presumably, Salmonella is also a hand puppet. No, I guess the Muppets aren't hand puppets. I guess they're... Are they hand puppets, or are they the kind that have sticks from underneath? I think maybe some of them are each. Anyway, or some of them are one and some the other. I think more of them are not hand puppets. That's my guess anyway. Kind of sheet could be a spec sheet, specification sheet. And a schedule with little room for spontaneity. So it could still end in day, but there are very few words that are three-letter words that end in UY. And I don't think any of them mean sounds like a good time. Could eat my words. Common pharmacy orders. Refills, of course. Yes. Why didn't that come to mind? Sounds like a good time. Fun. Okay. So a schedule with little room for spontaneity is what? A set plan, maybe? Oh, I see. I was thinking little room for spontaneity because I was thinking it's that every minute is booked up. That's not necessarily what it means in this case. It just means the plan is very much set. There isn't the opportunity to change it. There's a blank for that. There's an app for that. Sure. Why not? Barbecue coating. A meat rub? I thought of that earlier, but I don't really think that's something I've heard. I haven't heard them described that way, per se. Yeah, that's right. Well, could end in me. That's plausible. Maybe it is meat rub. This isn't Michelangelo the artist. It's Michelangelo, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. So to climb the social ladder in a way is to what? To something up. This should be obvious, I'm sure. What about this? Antioxidant drink brand. Not sure. And what a duck might be. Oh, a bath toy, perhaps. A rubber ducky. As owned by one of the Muppets, right? One of the Sesame Street Muppets. Ernie. Okay. Climb the social ladder in a way. Marry up. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so yes, one way to... So that's why it says in a way. Because we're not looking for a phrase that literally means climb the social ladder. We're looking for a phrase that is an example of sort of climbing the social ladder. You could say in a way that marrying up is climbing the social ladder. Okay, Lord's Prayer, possessive, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, etc. Okay, still not sure what this is. What about this? Yeah, that's right. You heard me. Okay. So this is by Esta Cumbia, I suppose. And now we have all of the information we're going to get for this corner of the puzzle that comes from the rest of the grid. So all of the communication has been completed. So everything else that I figure out in this area that was giving me trouble, I'll have to figure out myself. Rolls dough, perhaps. I'm just not sure. It's all black and white. Oh, wow. It's an Oreo cookie. Wow, one of the clues that stumped me was Oreo of all things. So once again, I seem to have created my own convention, which is that I'm obligated to mention this rule every time this answer is deployed. But Oreo usually is just as Oreo, not Oreo cookie, but I'm sure Oreo cookie has been used plenty of times as well, or at least a few. It was once determined, it was used so frequently in the New York Times that in order to justify further deployments of the answer Oreo, the constructor must devise a new clue that had not yet been used in order to signify Oreo. And so today we have it's all black and white. An Oreo cookie is indeed black and white. Okay, so let's see. Does that help? They can lead to long sentences. Well, it isn't crimes. Probably still ends with an S. They can lead to long sentences. And nipple ray. Okay, so this could be areola. So it was crimes that was. I had both of those. I had those in parallel, and they couldn't have both been right, I think, based on the crosses. So areola looks like the one that has won out. Oh, so didn't play, say, could be sat. I did have that in there as well, and that still looks plausible. Settled down. And chic. Okay, this could still be modish, actually. Fashionable. And Che Guevara when he wrote the Motorcycle Diaries. And then what was this again? Right, this rolls dough. What is that? Cent? I mean, that's money, but doesn't seem as applicable. Oh, right, admin on 3 down. What is this? Website with the slogan, dive into anything. Reddit, maybe? I don't think I'm familiar with that slogan, but that fits the crosses anyway. And settle down. Oh, so a lit, as in a bird alighting on a windowsill, settling down on a windowsill. And put forward to posit. I will posit that we are perhaps almost done with this crossword. I'll put that idea forward. I hope I don't eat my words. And rolls dough, perhaps. Sorry if this is more obvious to many of you than it is to me. Car payment. I was really looking for something that was specific to the fact that a Rolls Royce would be an incredibly expensive car, but it's not. It's just the it's just a car payment, just a car payment on your Rolls Royce, your Rolls dough, your car payment. All right, there we have it. So this is going to close out the puzzle, I suspect. They can lead to long sentences or commas. Short commas are one way to add additional clauses to a sentence and elongate it. Oh, and a med student, Che Guevara was, when he wrote the Motorcycle Diaries. Okay, that makes sense. If one isn't oneself, one acts in a different role. And admin on Reddit is a moderator. People who keep the conversation civil, I suppose, or whatever it is they do. Great. Okay, that was, I would say, very much a classic Saturday solve curve for me, which is that find a fair amount of resistance starting out. Don't immediately just start blasting through the puzzle. Find an area of purchase, get a bit more resistance, find another area of purchase, make more progress, and then slowly use those areas of progress in order to chip away at the areas that were giving me trouble before. And that's I think that's sort of what I would want, I guess, out of a Saturday. A difficult puzzle that gives me some trouble, but doesn't just permanently stump me or cause long periods of frustration. And that's how this worked out. I solved this much faster than I did some of those puzzles yesterday, that's for sure. So when I say yesterday, I mean the Constructor's Corner Patreon video, which actually was posted today, even though I recorded it yesterday. Anyway, so yes, good solid puzzle by Ryan McCarty and Jacob Jonas. And let's see, anything in particular? This car payment, rolls dough, perhaps. So it's funny, is I did actually zero in on what was being implied by the question mark almost immediately, but I took I was focusing on the expensive nature of a Rolls Royce rather than just the fact that it's a car, which is what I should have done. What else? Anything? I'm pleased that I was able to reverse engineer twihards from tryhards. That's good. And what is this? Oh, I never looked at this again. Antioxidant drink brand is Bai. Okay, I've no clue what that is. So I'm glad I got it from crosses because don't think I would have been able to infer that one. And then salmonella also. I sort of just took a weird stab at that, but ended up being correct. Anyway, good puzzle from Ryan McCarty and Jacob Jonas. Thank you to them for constructing it. And let's move on. Let's discuss a few clues from yesterday's puzzle. What do we have? Let's see. I think there were a good handful of comments in here, yes. So Stephen Summits explains the nth term test, which was a clue, an answer, in yesterday's puzzle. The nth term test refers to a method of determining if a series diverges. The value of the series tends towards positive or negative infinity. Equations for series are typically written as the summation of terms n equals 1 through n equals infinity. And so that's what the nth term test does. And then facts, opinions, and interesting things replies with a bit more clarification, a bit more detail. More specifically, the nth term test tells you that a series diverges if the value of the nth term in the series does not approach 0 as n approaches infinity. If the value of the nth term does approach 0, then the test is inconclusive, and other tests, such as the ratio test or the root test, must be used to disambiguate the convergence of the series. I see. So Stephen Summits explained what the nth test attempts to determine if a series diverges, tends towards positive or negative infinity, and then Facts, Opinions, and Interesting Things explains it's just one method of doing that, and it isn't necessarily a conclusive one. If it's positive, the series does diverge. If the test is negative, it may not mean that the series doesn't. It just means you may have to try other methods. So thank you to both of them for that. Richard Lorenzen explains that a short ton, as referenced in yesterday's puzzle, weighs 2,000 pounds or 907.6 kilograms, whereas a metric ton is 1,000 kilograms. And Neil has some additional context around this. A short ton, the one that is 2,000 pounds or 907.2 kilograms, is just called a ton in the US. This is opposed to the long ton, which is 2,240 pounds or 1,016 kilograms. Long tons are also called imperial tons in the US. And thirdly, there's, as Richard Lorenzen mentioned, the metric ton, which is also TONNE. Well, it's either TONNE or metric ton, which is 1,000 kilograms, 1.102 short tons, or 0.984 long tons. This is a nightmare. Tons, TONNES, are equivalent to megagrams in the metric system. Wow. Oh, that makes sense because it's 1,000 kilograms. Actually, that's not surprising. Okay. Well, good. I will try and remember those. I think this has been explained to me before, to be honest. I think some of this knowledge just slides off my brain, but I do appreciate Richard Lorenzen and Neil for making the effort. Thank you. Oscar Dolan has an interesting bit of Japanese linguistics here. In Japanese, any verb can be turned into a noun by changing the last letter U to an I. So the noun mawashi from yesterday's puzzle comes from the verb mawasu, meaning to turn, spin, or rotate, giving it the meaning of a turned, spun, or rotated thing. This derives from the fact that the mawashi is just a single bolt of cloth that is donned by passing it through the legs, wrapping it around the body multiple times, and securing it with a knot. It's very interesting. Thank you for that. I really like that fact. And that's it. Actually, that's all I had. So there we have it. Those are some interesting clues from yesterday's puzzle. I thought they were quite interesting. So thank you to everybody who left them. I'll be back tomorrow for the Sunday crossword, returning us to our themed crossword solving week with an extra large grid. So do come back for that. And that's it, I suppose. So yes, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please do subscribe to the channel. I don't remember if I mentioned that at the beginning. And thank you to everybody who has backed the Patreon. I hope you enjoy the Constructor's Corner video. Oh, and the most recent speed solve of mini puzzles. That went up on Friday, and I don't think I mentioned it. So there's that. All right, I'll be back tomorrow. But until that point, please do have an excellent remainder of your Saturday. Take care.